So when you're old, like positively ancient, and you're looking back at your life, you wouldn't say, yeah, so I checked my email every 20 minutes. That's gotta be a new record, right? You wouldn't say that, right? What's up, everybody? Welcome to another video. Today we're going to be answering a question that came up in one of my previous videos that was titled "For Those Who Feel Lost." And in that video I asked, what do I want to do with my life? And that was very hard to answer for me. It's kind of like an existential crisis. Like, what do I do? What are my passions? Which leads to this video right here. I got 3 techniques for you to figure out what you want to do with your life, what passions, what activities you want to accomplish, anything you want to achieve. I got you. So with an open mind, let's go into number 1, which is the gravestone and memory technique. So I know we're starting off a bit morbid, but this one is, what do you want to have written on your gravestone? Or after you pass away, what do you want to be remembered as? And how do you want people to think of you overall? So this one is the more relationship and emotional aspect of life. And this is a very powerful technique because it forces you to think the big picture. What do you want other people to view you as? A philanthropist, someone who is very intelligent, someone who is respected and respected others. There's so many things that I can think of that have positive traits. And what I want people to remember me as, number 1, is being a lifelong learner and wanting to learn a bunch of different things because I'm just interested in them. And number 2, to be a teacher of this lifelong learning lifestyle. And that is what I'm doing right here. Hopefully I can keep doing this for a long time, but who knows? And gravestone. What do I want to have on my gravestone? Now this one was pretty hard for me because it's hard to think that far back. You want a few words on your gravestone to encapsulate your entire life. That's a lot of weight on those few words. But I do want lifelong learning somewhere in those few words. So that is technique number 1. Now we're going to go into number 2, and this one is a pretty standard one. It is called the bucket list. Now if you don't know what a bucket list is, it is when you write down a list of things that you want to do before you pass away. And a bunch of standard things that people put down is like bungee jumping or skydiving, because those aren't really normal activities. And there's other unique things as well, such as visiting other countries or learning a foreign language to fluency, or maybe meeting your favorite celebrity, whether it's a streamer or a musician. All of those things can count on the bucket list. So this one isn't as emotionally oriented, but more activity, more passion, and overall achievement related. So this is where you find a bunch of action-packed things that you want to do before you leave this planet. So I'll share with you through my bucket list goals. Number 1 is reaching 1,000 subs on this YouTube channel. That may seem, on the grand scale of things, a small goal, but hopefully I can make it. Number 2 is creating an epic online course, presumably about productivity, like mindset, habit forming, and a bunch of energy related things like exercise, eating well, sleeping well, a bunch of things like that. And I want to make a course about that and hopefully teach people more about this subject. Number 3 is writing a book. I want to write a book. I don't know what, presumably, again, productivity related, but I'm open to anything. This popped up just recently that I decided, oh, maybe I'll write a book sometime. That's gonna be so hard. Why did I do this? Why did I pick this goal? Anyways, those are my 3 goals. And let's see what you got if you want to share it in the comments down below. So that concludes number 2. Now number 3 is something I call glancing at the future. Now this one is where you make your ideal weekly schedule 2, 5, 10 years from now. And it's fun to do because you realize, oh, I want to be doing this when I graduate college or reach this age, or a bunch of things really that you can realize while you do this activity. So I did it myself. Let me show you my schedule. So this is my schedule. You'll notice that it's in 2025, which is when I graduate. So this is my ideal schedule, something I created for 20 minutes today. And I don't know if it's actually going to come true. Probably 1%, maybe less than that it actually comes true. But I just made this to see what I really want right now. And so at the top of the morning, we have the morning routine. I want to establish a great morning routine. I wake up, drink water, maybe shower, meditate, do whatever. And then at 8, that's when I go into deep work on Mondays. And most of my deep work is in the mornings. So that's when I get in and do the heavy thought lifting things. Now I have breakfast, lunch, and dinner approximately at the same times because I want to create a good circadian rhythm, and of course my morning routine and nighttime routine as well. So a good circadian rhythm has a good sleep schedule and also a good eating schedule. So I want to implement that when I'm out of college. I've also spread out a bunch of like music things and learning new skills, doing nothing, going out with friends, playing Minecraft here on Wednesdays and Saturdays, a bunch of little fun things to do, of course, when I'm not doing my deep work or shallow work. And so that's my schedule. Of course, it's subject to change. I don't know if this is going to come true or not, but something that's pretty fun to see and just keep track of. And maybe I can compare that with future me and what I want then. So it's fun to do. I encourage you to do this. And that concludes number 3. So that is it for all of the techniques. I hope you have taken something away from this. Now, these techniques aren't concrete. They're not going to be something that you lay down in stone right now and keep pushing forward all through your life. It's going to be something that is subject to change. Maybe a year from now, I look back at my bucket list and add some things, keep some things, delete some things. I don't know what I'll be interested in next year in college. It's going to be an incredible experience. There's going to be so many things that I'll be exposed to. So if I become really interested in something, maybe I'll add something to what I want people to remember me as. Maybe I'll understand more about time, entrepreneurship, and being more free in the workspace and creating your own schedule. So maybe I'll change my schedule right here that I put for 2025. Everything is subject to change. So these are just activities to push you to where you want to go, to set you down the right path. And a year later, you glance at the path you've taken, you look back at your goals you set a year ago, and you say, oh, wow, I'm moving in the right direction with the goal that I'm setting, but also I want to do something else. I want to do this. So maybe you change your path. It can all change like that, but you can go with the flow. I hope this has been helpful. Please consider liking and subscribing, and also subscribing to Lifelong Learning. I will see you in the next video.